The Federal Communications Commission regulates interstate and international communications by radio, television, wire, satellite in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and U.S. territories. An independent U.S. government agency overseen by Congress, the Commission is the federal agency responsible for implementing and enforcing America's communication laws and regulations, the FCC. They cannot interfere with a broadcaster's selection and presentation of material for the news or its commentary. However, the FCC does regulate content in some narrow areas. Federal law prohibits or limits the broadcast of obscene, indecent, or profane language as defined by U.S. courts. The FCC may also issue penalties for knowingly broadcasting false information. As public trustees, broadcasters may not intentionally distort the news. They have stated publicly that rigging or slanting the news is the most heinous act against the public interest. They may act to protect the public interest when it is received documented evidence, such as a testimony from a person who have direct personal knowledge of an intentional falsification of the news. Without such documented evidence, the FCC cannot generally intervene. There are no written rules against distorting the news in the media. First Amendment, broadcasters have the right to lie or deliberately distort news reports on public airways. FCC policy against falsification of the news does not rise to the level of law, rule, or regulation. It's just simply policy. Therefore, it is up to the station whether or not it wants to report honestly. So when you're reading, researching, and hear about history, stories, news, you must use your best judgment as to what is true or not. For me, the news and information requires critical thinking, and I try to answer a few basic questions before I go for it. What special interest might be involved here? Who stands to gain presenting a particular viewpoint? Who stands to gain the most? Who is paying for the message? And what sources are used as evidence in this story? How credible are they? You might have additional criteria you might want to use, but that is just a sample of what I use. Have a great day.